This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 28, and it reads, There be spirits that are created for vengeance, within their fury lay on sore strokes, in the time of destruction they pour out and force and appease the wrath of him that made it. And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. 2 Timothy's chapter 2, verse 3 and verse 1. It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times should come. Shalom. First and foremost, let give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Akarkadash, and the Heavenly Father's true name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, Ba'ashem, in the name of Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, the Holy Tongue. And Shalom to the elders, Wa'akim, Wa'akwa, and I say Shalom.
Here's what you got to notice about the Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Right now, here's what you got to pay attention to.
Again, in Texas, where a man was arrested last night after a deadly shooting spree in Austin. This is about an hour south in San Antonio. Police say at least 6 people are dead. Joining us now to discuss this is CBS News Austin reporter Abigail Velez. Abigail, you've been following this all morning. It's a bit complicated about what exactly happened. Just explain to us what you're learning this shooting spree entailed.
Absolutely. Well, it's quite the timeline. But here in Austin, it began at 10:40 yesterday in the morning when an Austin Independent School District officer was allegedly shot in Northeast Austin. Then, an hour later, a man and a woman were killed in South Austin. Then, in the afternoon, a cyclist was shot but survived. And then in the evening, at about 6:50, officers responded to a reported burglary, which is in the neighborhood that we are at right now. When officers arrived on scene, they found the suspect in someone's backyard, and when they approached him, the suspect immediately began firing shots, and that's when a gunfire exchange began. And one officer was shot, but the suspect was not. Then the officer radioed his injuries, and that's when the suspect was able to flee the scene in a vehicle and led police on a pursuit and then crashed the vehicle, and that's when he was taken into custody. All the meanwhile, the Bexar County Sheriff's Department say that this suspect was related to 2 murders in the San Antonio area. So again, quite the timeline.
What are we hearing about the victims, though, and, how are they doing?
Absolutely. Well, authorities say by the time the suspect was taken into custody, about 6 people were dead and 3 were injured. Now, those officers that we had talked about, the Austin Independent School District officer and the officer responding to this burglary call, were shot, but with non-life-threatening injuries, as well as that cyclist. So those people are recovering well. But again, we're seeing a lot of deaths today.
And Abigail, do we know anything about the suspect and anything about a motive at this point? I know it's early.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The investigation is still in the early stages, but we do know he's in his 30s and he's now facing capital murder charges. We also know that he already had a record with the law, including an outstanding assault with injury and family violence warrant. So we can just imagine that, this man had been avoiding police for quite some time. But here in Austin, APD protocol is to release that body cam footage within 10 days. So that evidence will be used to help piece together any information during this ongoing investigation.
Really interesting. Abigail Velez, thank you so much.